Good afternoon again, councillors. I'm presenting this petition on behalf of Kieran Johnson, Chair of CAMS Against Congestion Charge, who are supported fully by Cambridgeshire Residents Group, the GMB Union, and thousands upon thousands of ordinary people who will have their lives impacted by the introduction of this new tax. In addition to the 15,600 signatures on this petition, I feel it pertinent to mention the 29,000 signatures raised on change.org petition started by Liam Geraghty, as well as the 8,000 signatures raised by Anthony Brown. Be under no illusion. The full weight of public opinion is presented here, with the current poll standing at 81% against the proposed congestion charge, and to dismiss this request, in our opinion, would send a frightful message to the people that you are supposed to represent, and we strongly advise you not to sow the wind. I have heard Councillor Bagent of the GCP, Labour councillor for Romsey Ward, state that it would be far too expensive to hold a referendum, that we simply cannot afford it. Well, the people of Cambridge have an answer for that. We can't afford not to hold a referendum. The care workers can't afford not to. The tradespeople can't afford not to. The small businesses can't afford not to. The infirm who don't qualify for blue badges can't afford not to. The low-income households can't afford not to. The GMB Union state that their members can't afford not to. The thousands of residents that took to the streets to march, to protest, can't afford not to. You can't afford to not hold this referendum either, because the eyes of the whole of Cambridgeshire are upon you now as our elected officials. Where consultations fail, democracy must prevail, and this consultation has failed. The process has lost the trust of the people, and for good reason. It is widely felt that the questions were weighted to achieve the outcomes desired by the GCP. Many valid points are able to be overlooked in final deliberations, and furthermore, the Council's decision is not bound by the outcome of a consultation in any case. This consultation is not democracy. Referendum is. Judging by what has been said in the media, we have a horrible suspicion that another argument that will be used by this council to brush aside this fair and reasonable demand is that the issue is far too nuanced for a simple yes-no vote to be appropriate. That argument may have held some weight had £350,000 of our money not been spent on a comprehensive campaign by the GCP to ensure that we are all fully aware of the supposed benefits the proposed charge is set to deliver. Let me stress that we are not calling for a referendum on the more nuanced issues in any case. We simply demand that the GCP rethink their method of funding and adjust their ambitions accordingly. They must cut their coat according to their cloth. Before you make your decision today, it falls to us to remind you all that not a single member of this chamber, or indeed all of Cambridgeshire, stood for election on this issue. That the council therefore have no mandate to make a decision that will impact the lives of so many people. There must be no taxation without representation. It is a sad indictment that councillors have been rushing to remove their contact details from the public domain. Granted, it's sensible to move, given the current climate, but it shouldn't have to be that way. This is only necessary because the councillors are no longer representing the needs of their constituents and offering them support with their concerns. It is time for attitudes to change. We call upon you now to put aside your personal beliefs, to put aside what your party expects of you, to stand up proudly for democracy and the people that you represent, to acknowledge the people's lack of belief in the consultation, to have faith in their good judgment, and ultimately to preserve the dignity of this chamber by handing the burden of this dreadful decision to those whom it affects the most. Thank you.